Freedom! Hello! Welcome to the night at the movies, or the night at the movies and the rugby. Yes, good evening everybody. It is, as I said, night at the movies tonight. And I'm the only one dressed as a film character. I'm half dressed as Braveheart this evening for obvious reasons, judging by the chat. Allez le bleu, apparently. Wrong blues, though, I believe there. Yes, so, yeah, welcome to the quiz this evening. I had another costume, but didn't materialise as I thought, so, yes, William Wallace tonight, sort of. 2-minute put-together thing. Yes, so hello, how are we all? I've just been making a note of who is here this evening. There's loads of us in the Stay In now that I have opened the doors ready. So, good evening to Danny. Who we've got Slade Park Sinners are in the house. We've got the Lutu in the house. Noswife Dart, everyone back up on angle C. No, I've not got a kilt on. I don't have a kilt, actually. And we've been discussing kilts on our rugby chat this evening. Maybe I should get a Davis kilt at some point. Hello to Graham in Somerset. Bookshop team is Bob and Jackie tonight. I know who's playing on the bookshop team. Thank you. Who else? We've got Theresa Crowder in the house. Who else have we seen? Joe and Sally from Common Moor, thank you for joining us. Palace is playing in Sheffield. Hi, Francesca. We also got seen Katie coming in, and the Rilla Mill crew are in, and we got more here. Roger's back in the house. Good evening, Roger. And the Wombles have joined. Good evening, Ollie. Who we got now? The Merrifields are here, and Kai is here with the Leicester 38ers. There you go. Wow, loads of us in the house this evening for the night at the movies quiz. So kind of movie themed, believe it or not, for this one. Yeah, I had an excuse to watch a few movies the last week. Good evening to the Spencers. Natalie's in the house in Somerset, of course. Brilliant. So yeah, I can see some of you are already telling me the answer to the question I've not asked yet, which was, of course, who are you? What are you drinking? I know who you are. I know what some of you are drinking. I've seen red wine fine in the chat there. Good evening to the Trevine 4, and of course to Matt, Lisa, Gordon, and Mary. There you go. Yeah, I could be the Smurfs, couldn't I, Graham? Smurfs gone wrong. Ah, yes. I don't know, alcohol-free beer. Eclair. Oh dear. I've got myself some nice beer this week. Welsh Rugby Union beer. There you go, didn't know you could get such stuff, but you can do. Quite nice, actually. So yes, let me know what you're drinking if you'd like, and that'll give me a few moments to explain what's happening. Colin on the Bud Light and the G&T. I'm guessing it's Colin on that Bud and Carol on the G&T, but you know, might not be. West Country Cider up in Bristol. There you go. Yes, a night at the movies. As usual, you've got your 4 rounds this evening and your pictures. You may have seen the pictures on social media. They will be up in the interval, so we do 2 rounds, and then the pictures will come up during our short interval. It is, let me get it up on the screen here. So I've found 10 films there, and I've blanked out a country from the title of all of them. So all I need to know for your pictures is what countries are missing from these film titles. Simple as that. And one of my test teams has said, please define a country. Well, it is not United Nations definition or whatever, because some have snuck in there which aren't a United Nations defined country. But you'll know what I mean once you get them. And there are some clues in some of the pictures there, which should help you. Other than that, we've got 4 rounds. So we're going to start with general film questions from across genres and things. Round 2 is all about books that have been turned into films. So a kind of literature / movies round. And then, like I said, we've got the interval. And coming back from the intervals, we've got a 1 to 10 films round. So all the answers are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. You decide which order they come in. People seem to like that round last time I did it. And then finally we have a connections round. So a general knowledge round which has a movie connection to it. Yeah, so that is the order of play tonight. I hope you're all settled down ready with your drinks and your popcorn. Your chat seems to descend into snacks at the moment when we get to the interval, so I hope you've got some popcorn for tonight. I've got some through there. And I'm going to stop talking right now, get my questions ready. So yeah, can you let me know when you are ready to begin the Night at the Movies quiz with your host, William Wallace-ish. Yeah. So yeah, there's a nice selection of drinks going on there, Roger. Bishop's Finger, yeah, that's a nice one, that is. I like Bishop's Finger. Had some a couple of weeks ago. More G&T, white wine, there you go. Oh, yeah. Right, we've got our first readies coming in. Lisa just pipped Graham to say ready this week. Thanks for the score update, Colin. It is going on just off the screen here. So yes, we shall see what happens with the score. But here we go. Round 1, films. Question 1. Here we go. Which films tell the story of the Corleone family? So which films tell the story of the Corleone family? Malcolm's ready with the... Is that Ushers? I can't... Text is quite small tonight. But I presume you're saying that you're ready with the Ushers. It all looks a bit blurred. Maybe I've got some blue in my eyes. So, question number 2. Who starred as Jake LaMotta in the film Raging Bull? Who starred as Jake LaMotta in the film Raging Bull? Question number 3. In which film did John Wayne win his only Oscar? In which film did John Wayne win his only Oscar? Question number 4. What do the initials E.T. stand for in the film title? So what do the initials E.T. stand for in the film title? Sorry about that. I haven't turned my phone off. Question number 5 for you. What was the fish called in the title of the 1988 movie starring John Cleese? What was the fish called in the title of the 1988 movie starring John Cleese? amongst others, of course. Question number 6. Who voiced the genie in the 1990s Disney animation of Aladdin? Who voiced the genie in the 1990s Disney animation of Aladdin? I am keeping it together, despite what is happening over there on that screen. Just be thankful it wasn't the Wales game last week when the quiz was on. You'd have not got a quiz. Question number 7. What breed of dog was Beethoven in the 1992 film of the same name? So what breed of dog was Beethoven in the 1992 film of the same name? Question number 8 for you this evening. Which Ealing comedy mob organised a bullion robbery? So which Ealing comedy mob organised a bullion robbery? Question number 9. Which hardman actor was the star of Kindergarten Cop? Which hardman actor was the star of Kindergarten Cop? Yes, question 8 for you, Danny. Which Ealing comedy mob organised a bullion robbery? And then question 10 in this movie trivia round. Released in 1937, what was Disney's first feature-length animation film? So released in 1937, what was Disney's first feature-length animation film? And then that brings to an end the movie trivia round. So our next round in a moment will be books that have been turned into films. just get that round ready. This is the point where I normally say thank you to my test teams for having a go at the quiz beforehand and giving me feedback. Seemed to be quite straightforward this week. Didn't have to make too many changes, which is great. Yeah, so big shout out to my test teams who always have a cast their eyes over everything before we start. So the next round is, as I said, books that have been turned into films. Now, a lot of the time, the films aren't as good as the books, are they? But I've tried to pick some which, where the film may be as good, if not better than the book in most cases. So yeah, these are some fantastic adaptations here. Anyway, I'll stop moidering and let's move on to question 1 of round 2 for you. So, written by Jan Martel and telling the tale of a boy stranded on a boat with a tiger, which book was turned into an Oscar-winning film by Ang Lee? Written by Jan Martel and telling the tale of a boy stranded on a boat with a tiger, which book was turned into an Oscar-winning film by Ang Lee? I never thought they'd be able to turn that book into a film, but my goodness, it's a brilliant film, isn't it? Question number 2. Which Stephen King novel, based on prison guard Paul Edgecombe and inmate John Coffey, was turned into a 1999 film starring Tom Hanks? Which Stephen King novel, based on prison guard Paul Edgecombe and inmate John Coffey, was turned into a 1999 film starring Tom Hanks? Again, what a film that is. Which book was adapted by Steven Spielberg into the film Schindler's List? So which book was adapted by Steven Spielberg into the film Schindler's List? Run downstairs again. Okay, question number 4. Which Pulitzer Prize winning book became an Oscar winning movie when Gregory Peck won the Best Actor gong for his portrayal of Atticus Finch? And which Pulitzer Prize winning book became an Oscar winning movie when Gregory Peck won the Best Actor gong for his portrayal of Atticus Finch? Question 5. Which novel by Cormac McCarthy centres around a hunter who stumbles across $2 million after a drug deal went wrong, and was later turned into a multi-award-winning film by the Coen brothers in 2007? So which Cormac McCarthy novel centres around a hunter who stumbles across $2 million after a drug deal went wrong? It was later turned into a multi-award-winning film by the Coen brothers in 2007. I absolutely adore the Coen brothers films, but this is possibly their best. Question number 6. Which 1936 novel by Margaret Mitchell tells the tale of the O'Hara family around the time of the American Civil War? It is now the highest grossing movie of all time when you take inflation into account. So which 1936 novel by Margaret Mitchell tells the story of the O'Hara family at about the time of the American Civil War? It is now the highest grossing movie of all time when you take inflation into account. Okay, question number 7. The film Babe was adapted by which children's novel written by Dick King Smith? The film Babe was adapted from which children's novel written by Dick King Smith? Shout out to all my colleagues, hope you're getting that one right. And Claire, I think it's in the book spine. Question number 8. Centred around aging spy master George Smiley as he tries to identify a Soviet mole in the British intelligence service. Which John le Carré novel was turned into a 2011 film starring Gary Oldman and Colin Firth? And so centred around aging spy master George Smiley as he tries to identify a Soviet mole in the British intelligence service. Which John le Carré novel was turned into a 2011 film starring Gary Oldman and Colin Firth? Okay, question 9. Now, this is where the test teams have confused me about the pronunciation of this author's name. We went backwards and forwards on it. So, if I get it wrong, apologies. Written by John Buchan in 1915, and adapted on many occasions. In which film and book does Canadian Richard Hannay become embroiled in an international spy ring while on holiday in London? So written by John Buchan in 1915 and adapted on many occasions. In which film and book does Canadian Richard Hannay become embroiled in an international spy ring while on holiday in London? The most famous adaptation was by Alfred Hitchcock. Left that part out of the question. And finally, in this round, I actually watched this film the other day as I was writing the quiz. But Harrison Ford starred as John Thornton in a 2000 adaptation of which Jack London book about an outdoorsman who adopts a dog called Buck? Harrison Ford starred as John Thornton in a 2020 adaptation of which Jack London book about an outdoorsman who adopts a dog called Buck? They were quite wordy questions in that book round, weren't they? Okay, so that brings an end to the first two rounds there. So as always, we will go and have a short break, so you can go and top up your drinks and all of that. But just before we do, I just wanted to bring your attention to next week, because I've had lots of questions saying, are you going to do a quiz over Easter? Yes, I am. So there will be a quiz next week on Good Friday. We'll do our Good Friday quiz up here. So Friday the 2nd of April at 8 PM is the Stay In Good Friday quiz. However, there is a special bonus round at 7:30. So before the main quiz starts, there'll be a special bonus round. I'm calling it the special children's bonus round, but anyone is allowed to join in on that round. So you'll get sent 2 links. Now the bonus round, you have to be on the email list to get the link for that if you'd like to join in, because we have a special co-presenter for the children's bonus round who will be presenting her first ever quiz at the ripe old age of 7. So yes, she's been pestering and pestering, can she do a quiz? So we're going to do a special children's bonus round quiz at 7:30, but you need to be on the email list because that's going to be a private link for that one. Yes, so yes, I don't know what the questions are yet. I'm going to check them over the weekend. But yes, so special children's bonus round there, but please all feel free to join in if you would like to see the debut by a new Squiz master. But yes, I'll talk a little bit more about that later, and it is time for our interval. And yes, so go to the bar, get your drinks, get your bar snacks, use the facilities, all of that malarkey, and I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes or so with the answers to those first 2 rounds. So here we go. I'll put your pictures back up. Remember, you are just looking for the name of the country which is missing from these films, Scuizzes. So here we go, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye for now. Freedom. Hello, Scuizzes. I am back from the bar and ready for the second second part of the quiz this week. I wonder how you're all getting on so far. I'm just going to turn those pictures off. They will be back up in the next interval, of course, so you can have a look at. There we go. So welcome back after that short interval there. So we'll go through the answers to the first two rounds to begin with. I forgot to mention, of course, and I said the bonus children's round will be on a private link. If you want to be involved and you're not on the email list, just drop me an email at stclearquizzes@gmail.com or get onto the Facebook page at facebook.com/Scuizzes and just drop me a message through there and just say, please can I be added to the mailing list? And then you get the link sent through every Friday and a few other bits and bobs as necessary. But yeah, just get in touch if you want to be on the mailing list, and then you get all the details sent through to you. So yeah, I'll just leave them up there for a moment while we're going through the answers to those rounds. So round one was the film's trivia round. So round one, question one, the Corleone family, that's in the Godfather films. Jake LaMotta was played by Robert De Niro. John Wayne won his only Oscar in True Grit. E.T. stands for extraterrestrial. Question 5, the fish in the movie starring John Cleese was Wanda. Number 6, the voice of the genie was played by Robin Williams. Beethoven was a St. Bernard. 8, the Ealing comedy mob was the Lavender Hill mob. 9, the hard man actor who starred Kindergarten Cop was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Disney's first feature-length animation film was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And then we moved on to the books to film adaptations. So, Jemima, I got some Jemima's pitchforks. I bought some the other day. It was with the Easter money, actually. But there you go, I was going to send you a picture of that on Easter. I digress. Round 2, question 1. Your answer, the book about the boy stranded on a boat with a tiger was Life of Pi. Question 2, the Stephen King novel was The Green Mile. Question 3, Schindler's List was based on the book Schindler's Ark. Question 4, the Pulitzer Prize winning book was To Kill a Mockingbird. Question 5, Cormac McCarthy's novel was No Country for Old Men. 6, Margaret Mitchell's novel was Gone with the Wind. 7, Babe was based on the book The Sheep Pig. 8, the John le Carré novel about George Smiley is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. The book by John Buchan was The 39 Steps. And then Harrison Ford starred in the adaptation of Jack London's Call of the Wild. So those are your answers to the first 2 rounds there. As usual, let me know how you are doing. I'll take off those contact details. I know they don't come up too well. I need to change that red, I think. But yeah, how are you doing so far in the quiz? Before we move on to the film in numbers round and then the connections round. So we'll do those. Right. Sorry, just got scores coming through on my phone. So I've got an early 14 coming in through the phone. There you go. There you go. Can I repeat the... Oh, Colin, I will quickly get the answers. All of the answers for you, Colin. I'm going to rattle through these quickly here for you, Colin. Round 1, we've got question 1, The Godfather. Question 2, Robert De Niro. 3, True Grit. 4, Extraterrestrial. 5, Wanda. 6, Robin Williams. 7, St. Bernard. 8, Lavender Hill. 9, Arnold Schwarzenegger. 10, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Some great scores coming in. Round 2, Number 1, Life of Pi. Question 2, The Green Mile. 3, Schindler's Ark. 4, To Kill a Mockingbird. 5, No Country for Old Men. 6, Gone with the Wind. 7, The Sheep Pig. 8, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. 9, 39 Steps. And 10, Call of the Wild. There we go. I've seen some brilliant scores coming in around here. So I had an early 14. I've seen loads of 15s and 18s, 16 for Danny there. 19 for Mum. Katie and Claire both on 15. What's this? Whoa! Kai, 20 out of 20. And Bob and Jack in the bookshop team, 20 out of 20. Here we go. Do you know what? My test teams did say, I bet it's different teams who get the highest scores this week. And looking at these, it looks like we had a slight shift for some of you, which is interesting to see. So yeah, it all depends which films you've seen. This face paint is getting really itchy now. So there you go, great scores coming in there. Well done, everybody. Let's move on to round number 3, which is film in numbers. So I've done a round like this before with you. So the answers to this round are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I've given you the 10 answers. You just need to decide the order that they come in. Okay, so you know your answers, but what order do they come in? So let's begin with question 1. Which 1999 film, directed by David Fincher, starred Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, and Gwyneth Paltrow? So question number 1. Which 1999 film, directed by David Fincher, starred Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, and Gwyneth Paltrow? This round always confuses me because I nearly always want to read them out in the order, but they're not. Question number 2. How many films have there been in both the Shrek and the Pirates of the Caribbean series of films? So how many films have there been in both the Shrek and the Pirates of the Caribbean series of films? So effectively, how many Shrek films have there been? How many Pirates of the Caribbean films have there been? Question number 3. In how many films did Timothy Dalton play the role of James Bond? In how many films did Timothy Dalton play the role of James Bond? So anyone who revised for the James Bond quiz may have the answer to that one. No, sorry, Slade Parkson is a no. I don't mean combined. So you don't need to add the number of Shrek films to the number of Pirates of the Caribbean films. So both of them have released the same number of films in their respective series. Does that make sense now? Question number 4. How many Oscars did The English Patient win? How many Oscars did The English Patient win? Question number 5. According to the 1999 teen romantic comedy, how many things do I hate about you? So according to the 1999 teen romantic comedy, how many things do I hate about you? I don't hate any of you. I love all of you Scuizzes, as you rightly know. Katie, I think you may be giving things away there in the chat. Question number 6. How many films has director Peter Jackson adapted from the books of J.R.R. Tolkien? So how many films has director Peter Jackson adapted from the books of J.R.R. Tolkien? Where are we? Question number 7. That's alright, Katie. It happens. I've had people shout it across the pub before then. So, question number 7. Katharine Hepburn has won more Oscars for acting than anybody else. How many Best Actress Oscars did she win? So Katharine Hepburn has won more Oscars for acting than anyone else. How many Best Actress Oscars did she win? I've got to repeat there, Slade Park Sinners. Which question was it? Because there's such a lag sometimes. I'm not quite sure which one you were referring to there. So just post it again, and I'll repeat it as soon as I know. Okay, question 8. According to the film title, and the book actually, how many flew over the cuckoo's nest? According to the film title, how many flew across the cuckoo's nest? 1 and 6. Excellent. Number 1 was which 1995 film directed by David Fincher and starring Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman and Gwyneth Paltrow? So the 1995 film directed by David Fincher, starring Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman and Gwyneth Paltrow. That was number 1 for you. And number 6 was how many films has director Peter Jackson adapted from the books of J.R.R. Tolkien? And then question number 9 for you. In how many films have director Tim Burton and actor Johnny Depp worked together? In how many films have director Tim Burton and actor Johnny Depp worked together? And then finally for you this evening, question number 10. In the 1987 film, how many men had to look after the baby? In the 1987 film, how many men had to look after the baby? And there you go for round number 3, the film in numbers round. So you should have the answers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down in some sort of order. Aren't I kind giving you the answers before the round even begins? I just got some beer which is going to go all over my face paint, isn't it? Lovely. Yes, we've just got one round left, which is the connections round. So general knowledge, 9 questions, and your 10th question is what links them all together, and as it's night at the movies, there is a film link to it. So we'll move on to that in a moment's time. And then after that we'll have another short break before the before we come back for the answers, and we'll do the picture. I was hoping to do a music round this week with films, but wasn't quite possible in the end, unfortunately. Hopefully get a music round in at some point, but it takes a lot of organising from other people as well. I don't like to pester too much. But yeah, let's move on to round 4, which was the connections round. So first 9 questions, general knowledge, and then 10th one, what is the connection? Okay, so here we go with question number 1. What is the name of the long-distance bus service which connects over 3,000 cities and towns in the USA? So what is the name of the long-distance bus service which connects over 3,000 cities and towns in the US? There's also similarly named bus services in Australia and Canada and a few other places. Question number 2. By what name is a stag do known in the US? By what name is a stag do known in the US? Question number 3. What name connects a US city and a soft cheese spread? Which name connects a US city and a soft cheese spread? I wonder if anyone's got the connection yet. Okay, question number 4. Which Sunday newspaper was at the centre of the phone hacking scandal? Which Sunday newspaper was at the centre of the phone hacking scandal? Thank you to the test team who just gave me a little heads up about something. Question 5. Followed by purgatory and then paradise, what is the first part of Dante's Paradise Lost? Followed by purgatory and paradise, what is the first part of Dante's Paradise Lost? This was the point that one of the test teams got the connection. Question number 6. On the 14th of March 2008, the Queen officially opened Heathrow's 5th what? So on the 14th of March 2008, the Queen officially opened Heathrow's 5th what? Question 7. What is the answer to a joke known as? So what is the answer to a joke known as? Question number 8. Which infamous moon mission failed to land on the moon in 1970 after a serious oxygen malfunction? Which infamous moon mission failed to land on the moon in 1970 after a serious oxygen malfunction? Question number 9. What name is given to a pictorial key to the names and types of clouds? What name is given to a pictorial key to the names and types of clouds? And then question 10, of course, is what is the connection between your 9 answers there? So there are 9 general knowledge questions, and what is the connection between them? That is what I would like to know. So that brings to an end our questions for this evening. All that is left to do is have another short interval, just for a couple of minutes really, and then I'll be back with the answers to rounds 3 and 4, as well as the answers to your pictures. So I'll put up your pictures straight away for you. So the pictures are here. So this is what I'm looking for. Just to remind you, I'm missing the names of countries here. So can you please let me know the missing countries? I said I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes with all your answers. Bye for now, Scuizzes. Hello, Scuizzes. So I'm back from a very quick trip to the bar there, ready to come back with your answers to rounds 3 and 4, and of course the picture round. We've been all movie themed this week. I think this is the themed week where I've done the most to do with the theme. Everything's been linked to movies, hasn't it really, I think. Test teams seem to enjoy it, and hopefully you have as well. I haven't said it yet this evening, but hopefully they've all had fun, because the winner is whoever's had the most fun, isn't it? So, I hope you have heard my voice by now, and are ready for the answers. So I'm going to go through the answers to the first round now. Not the first round, the picture round. Did the first round, didn't we? So here are your answers to the picture round. So these were the films that you were after. So number 1, it was The Last King of Scotland. 2, From Russia with Love. 3, it's Good Morning Vietnam. 4 is Jamaica in. 5, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. 6, Hotel Rwanda. absolutely stunning film. Watch it if you get the chance. 7, The Tailor of Panama. Nice Panama hat in the background there. 8, A Passage to India. Good adaptation of a book as well. 9, The Outlaw Josie Wales. And 10, Captain America. So you've got Scotland, Russia, Vietnam, Jamaica, Mexico, Rwanda, Panama, India, Wales, and America. So those are your answers to your picture round this week. And here I am back on the screen in my William Wallace face paint. Maddie didn't realise I'd done this and had a bit of a shock when I walked in the interval to go and grab something. But there you go. Yeah, lots of good feedback coming in about the bonus children's round next week. Yeah, if you've got children who want to join in, just let me know and get whoever it is on the mailing list. Just get in contact with me via the Facebook page, facebook.com/Scuizzes, or just email it stclearquizzes@gmail.com, and I'll add them to the list, and we'll see how we go. I really don't know what the questions will be. She's kind of prepared it all herself. So we will see. Yeah, but a children's round presented by a child should be quite interesting, with a bit of help from me in case it goes wrong. But yeah, that'll be good fun, hopefully. So round 3, as soon as I'm moidering on, round 3 was your film in numbers. So I told you the answers. You just had to work out the order. So question 1, the film starring Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, and Gwyneth Paltrow was 7. Question 2. There have been 5 Shrek films and 5 Pirates of the Caribbean series. I think you are, Danny. If you get the emails from me every week, you're on the list. But I can double check. Question 3. Timothy Dalton played the role of James Bond in 2 films. Thank you for that answer, Katie. Inadvertently giving it away. Don't worry. It's happened many times before. Now, Timothy Dalton played the role of James Bond in 2 films. License to Kill and Living Daylights, was it? Might correct me in the chat, Katie, if you turned it back on. Question 4. The English Patient won 9 Oscars. Question 5. There are 10 things that I hate about you. Question 6. Peter Jackson has adapted... has directed 6 books adapted from their books. No, he's directed 6 films adapted from the books. So 3 Lord of the Rings films and 3 Hobbit films. Question 7. Katharine Hepburn has won 4 Best Actress Oscars. Question 8. 1 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. 9. Tim Burton and Johnny Depp have worked together on 8 films. And that leaves us with question 10. 3 men had to look after the baby. 3 men and a baby. So there we go. Let's move on to the answers to round 4, your connections round. So question 1. The long distance bus services in America are Greyhound buses. The Greyhound. Question 2. Stag do is known as a bachelor party. Question 3 is the word Philadelphia, which connects the US city and a soft cheese. Question 4, the Sunday newspaper at the heart of the phone hacking scandal was News of the World. Question 5, the first part of Dante's Paradise Lost was Inferno. 6, the Queen opened Heathrow's 5th terminal in 2008. Question 7, the answer to a joke is the punchline. 8, the infamous moon mission was Apollo 13. 9, the pictorial key to the names and types of cloud is a cloud atlas. And the connection is they are all films starring Tom Hanks. They're all Tom Hanks films. So there you go, that was your connection. Did anybody get the connection? My test team seemed to get it when they got Terminal, Apollo 13. A few did on News of the World and Inferno, more recent ones. Yes, did anyone get the connection? I'd be interested to know. There you go, those are all your questions for this evening. So what are your scores? scores on the doors, please. So we got a 44 from Danny. That's a brilliant score, Danny. Well done. But it's not about the score, is it? It's about coming together on a Friday night and having fun. So here we go. Not that score, Colin. I know that score. It's coming on over here. What score did you get, Colin? There's that. Just while you're doing that, let me get... Oh, there you go. 47. 48 for Kai. Well done, Kai. Was that a record for you, Kai, I wonder? I'm breaking out the day again, if you remember that from a few weeks ago on Burns Night. Yeah, great scores coming in. Wow. So we've got... Is it a 3? Oh, you mean 33? I was thinking, my goodness, if you got 3 of the whole quiz, I would be shocked. But, yeah, well done. Lutu, quite poor on a 34. It's not about the score. It really isn't. Although, I do know it can get disappointing if you don't get as good a score as you like. But as so many of you say, it's good just to sit down with your family or whoever's in your house or Zoom something and have something to do. And I'm glad I can provide some entertainment. So Palace in Sheffield on a 35. We've got a 45. What's that? Trevine 4 have loved the quiz tonight. Well, we always end with a tiebreaker, don't we? So here is your tiebreaker. Oh, Katie got the link at number 3. Well done, Katie. Oh yeah, Philadelphia, of course. So here is your tiebreak question. So the longest ever cinema released film is called The Innocents, or its English title is, and it's a black and white Bangladeshi film. Okay, and it was released in, I've got this written down, 2019. So I would like to know, in minutes, how long was The Innocents, which is the longest ever cinema released film? How long was The Innocents in minutes? There you go. Right. That's what your tiebreaker is. How long was The Innocents? And I'll just talk for a moment. It's interesting when I do speak to some of you about this. You go, how do you just talk to yourself? Well, for starters, the beer does help. I've just got used to it. It's strange when I look back at the first view, where I'm definitely a bit not as relaxed as I am now doing it. But yeah, I just got used to it, and it's great fun on a Friday night. It's so many of you have been in touch this week saying that you want to actually come and do a quiz when we do one. So I am squirreling away, trying to organise something, kind of late July-ish time, I'm thinking, which will give us time to get out of lockdown and everything. But details will be forthcoming, and anyone on the mailing list, I'll ask you about that anyway. So, me talking about that has given me some answers coming in, and I can see that somebody is particularly close to the answer. So The Innocents. Let me just double check this. Okay, The Innocents was an incredible 1,260 minutes long. So Claire from the Merrifields is within 60 there with 1,200. So it is 21 hours long, this film. I am not going to go and watch it. But there you go, an incredibly long film. There you go. Danny's beat the Morgans. There we go. Excellent. That always makes my day when you beat the Morgans. I don't know who you are, Danny. I don't know who the Morgans are. But it has become a thing in the Scuizzes, hasn't it? About have you beaten the Morgans? So there you go. But thank you so much once again for joining me on a Friday evening at the Stay In virtual pub for our virtual pub quiz. As I said, I'll be back next Friday at 8 o'clock for the proper quiz, a Good Friday quiz. So it'll be all good things next week. But if you do want to join in the children's quiz, please do, with our special guest presenter who has got a quiz written it seems. So, yeah, it should be good fun. We'll try it out and see how it works. But yes, I will see you, some of you, at 7:30 next week, and the rest of you I will hopefully see at 8 o'clock next week. Have a great weekend. I'm off from my jab tomorrow, so that's my weekend plan. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great week. As always, stay safe. Enjoy the slight relaxation of restrictions that are coming up, especially if you're in Wales. You've got a few more. But yeah, thank you so much. Stay safe. Have fun, and I will see you next Friday at either 7:30 or 8. Oh, disappeared. Good night, everybody.